श्रीमते शंकरार्याय धीमते अद्भुतशक्तये नमोस्तु वेदांत तत्व दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रीहरिं परमानन्दं सदुपदेष्टारमीश्वरं व्यापकं सर्वलोकानां कारणं तं नमाम्यहम्। अपरोक्षानुभूतिर्वै प्रोच्यते मोक्षसिद्धये सद्भिरेव प्रयत्नेन वीक्षणीया मुहुर्मुहुः. So here we had completed the sadhana chatushtaya, that is the viveka, vairagya, samadhi, shatka, sampatti and the mumukshutvam portion that covers up to the 10th shloka. So up to 10th shloka we had finished. So now in the 11th shloka the Acharya says, Notpadyate vina jnanam vicharena anya sadhanaihi yatha padartha bhanam hi prakashena vina kvachit. So the shloka says, no utpatyate jnanam. For a person who has completed the Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, for him the aparoksha jnanam will not arise unless the vichara has been properly done. Vichara and anya sadhanehi. So unless there is vichara, there can't be any moksha, the aparoksha jnanam. There is no other means also. So vichara is the only means for the arising of the moksha, that is the aparoksha jnanam, which liberates the aspirant. For that, he is giving an example. Yatha padartha bhanam hi prakashena vina kvachite. For us to cognize an object, there has to be light. Unless there is light, it's impossible for us to cognize the object. So, in the same way, unless there is vichara, that is, vichara is the only means for the Atma Jnanam to arise, there is no other means. So, that kind of thing is being very clearly stated in this shloka. So, Swami Vidyaranya says, Nano jnana siddhyartam vicharaha eva kartavyah iti niyamaha kutaha kriyate ityashankya tadrishtantamaha notpadyate iti. Why are you making it a condition that vichara is the only condition for jnana, atma jnana to arise? Why is that condition being imposed here? For that, the reply is vicharena vina anya sadhanaihi karma upasana lakshanaihi jnanam notpadyate. So there are so many other means also stated in the Veda or the Upanishads, but not for the direct arisal of the Atma Jnana. So karma is one means, upasana is another means. So karma is the performance of the karma that is enjoined for the aspirant, and upasana is the one which is also enjoined by the Shastra or by the Guru for the purpose of the gaining one-pointedness of the mind, and of course for the purpose of purifying the mind. But then these two means cannot directly result in the aparoksha jnanam. For aparoksha jnanam, definitely the Vedanta, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana has to be done by default. There is no other way. So these two means like karma and upasana, they will not result in atma jnana. They will result in some other things like Chitta Shuddhi, one-pointedness of the mind, clarity, subtlety of the mind and all that, but not atma jnanam directly. Tatra drishtantamaha yatheti. Yatha kvachit kasminchit deshe suryadi prakashena vina padartha bhanam gatadi vastu prakasho na bhavati. So in any place, if any object is there, which has to be known by seeing the object, that is through the eyes. So he is giving that example. So for that, there has to be definitely adequate light. Even if the person is not blind, he has got the proper eyesight, and the object is also there. There's no doubt about it. But still, for him to see the object and know that this is the object I am intending to know about, for that, there has to be adequate light. So that light could be sunlight or electric light or some other light, whatever kind of light, but then light has to be there. So in the same way, for a person to attain the liberating aparoksha jnanam, vichara is must. Vichara is comprises of shravana, manana, nididhyasana. It is sarvajana prasiddham. So in the shloka, na utpadyate vina jnanam vicharena anyat sadhanaihi yatha padartha bhanam hi prakashena vina kvachite. So he means it is sarvajana prasiddham. It is well known in the world that unless there is sufficient light, the person cannot see an object. Ato niyamaha kriyate iti bhavaha. For that reason, this kind of a condition is being imposed here. So in the context of the Upanishadic in the Upanishadic context, there are so many other means also mentioned. As I said, if karma is mentioned, upasana is mentioned, but then all those things will not result in atmajnanam directly. One has to definitely undertake the vichara and take it to the logical end. So coming to the next shloka, the actual vichara starts from this shloka. Koham katamidam jatam kovai kartasya vidyate upadanam kimastiha vicharassoyam idrishaha. So the questions like what kind of questions are involved in the vichara? What are the objects? What are the subjects? That is, what are the topics involved in vichara? Those things are being stated in these shlokas. So koham, who am I? Katamidam jatam, how has this world come about, or how is this samsara has come about? Kovai karta asya. So who is the maker of this world? Upadanam kim asti. What is the material cause of this world? So this kind of topics are to be addressed in vichara. So there are several shlokas covering this particular topic of vichara itself, the content of vichara itself. So these things are being dealt by the commentator Vidyaranya Swami in a very detailed manner. So we'll go one by one. So in the 12th shloka, koham katamidam jatam kovai karta asya vidyate upadana. So there are the things involved here. So Acharya says in the commentary, Tarihi sa vicharaha kidrishaha ityataha. So what is the mode of vichara? What is the content of vichara? How is it to be done? So these things are going to be discussed here. Kohamiti. So the first question is koham. Who am I? Aham karta sukhi ityadi vyavahriyamanaha kaha kim surupaha. I know something about me, but the Vedanta requires me to know myself as something else. So what is I am? I know myself as a doer, an experiencer or enjoyer. I am experiencing misery or happiness and all that. But then this alone I know about myself. But then there is something much more to be known about myself. So that question is being raised here. Kim Swarupaha. So what is my real Swarupa? That is, what am I really made up of, or what really am I? So these things are there, like Karta, Bhokta and all that I know. But then I have come to this vichara to know more about myself, and that is what is being raised. That is to be addressed by the word, by the question Koham. Then Tata idam jagate stavara jangamatmakam katam kasmat jatam. So, and this world that I am experiencing, how has it come about? And the world consisting of stavara jangama. That is, stavara is the fixed objects, and jangama is the moving entities. So this will include humans, animals, and all that, and the mountains, oceans, and things like that. So the jada and ajada, that is jada and chetana prapancha that I am experiencing. What is it made of? And here in this question, the jagat does not just mean the world that we are seeing, but the world that is being taught by the Shastra also. So the Shastra teaches that there are 14 worlds that is in Brahmanda. So all these things are known to the aspirant because of his study. Already he has studied about those things in various other places like Puranas and all that. So he knows that this world that we experience with our five senses alone is not the world. It is something beyond it also, because the person who does any karma here will go to some other loka to experience the fruits of that karma and all that. So he has to accept that there are some other worlds also. So how is this whole world, the whole cosmos or whole world made up of? That whole Brahmanda is made up of. So that's what is meant here. Kim adhishtanam ityartaha. So what is what is meant by this question is what is the basis, what is the substratum, what is the support for this world. Tata asya pratyakshadi pramana siddhasya jagatah karta upadakaha utpadakaha kaha vidyate. So after knowing the, we have to know two things about the world. What is the world made up of? That is the material cause. And who is the maker? That is the nimitta karanam. So the upadana karanam and the nimitta karanam both have to be known correctly. So tata asya pratyakshadi pramana siddhasya jagatah. So that's why he is saying pratyakshadi pramana. So there are several pramana, 6 pramanas admitted in this Vedanta. That is, pratyaksha is direct perceptual knowledge. That is, perceptual knowledge means perception through the 5 senses. And Anubhuti anumanam. So we infer certain lokas and all that. In this world also, in this earth itself, we infer certain areas and all that. But then beyond this earth, from the study of the Shastra, we also know that there are some more worlds also, some more lokas also. So pratyakshadi pramana siddhasya. So adipadena we have anumana, then shabda. Shabda is the Shastra. So Shastra tells us that even those worlds which we are not able to see with our eyes or with our senses, we can't experience them, but still they exist. So the existence of those worlds is known to is taught to us by the Shastra, that is Purana, Itihasa, Smriti and all that. Tata Jagataha Karta Upadakaha Kaha Vidyate. So who is the maker of this world? Why iti vikalpam jyotayati. Kim jivadrishtam kartre kim va ishvaraha kim va anyadeva kinchiditi vikalpaha. So he wants to know, he knows that there must be some maker and there must be some material cause of this world. But what is that cause? That is being questioned here. So the various options available to us is Jiva adrishtam kartru. That is the world, does the world come about just by the power of the karma that the jivas have. So all the jivas collectively are having a lot of karma, and they have to reap the benefit of reap the fruit of the karma. And for that, an infrastructure has to be created, and that infrastructure is this world. And the world is made up of this adrishtam itself. Adrishta is the karma. So that is one option. Then Kimba Ishvaraha, or is there any Ishvara who is creating this world? Kimba Anyadeva Kinchit Vikalpaha, it is Vikalpaha. Or is there any other power, or is any other entity which is the maker of this world? Then Kincha Jagati Upadanam Ghatasya Mridvati Kimasti. So what is the material cause? Just like the pot has clay as its material cause, what does this world has its material cause? Ayamatma Jagat Karana Vishayaha Idrishaha Evam Swarupaha Vicharaha Sayeva Jnana Sadhanam Ityarthaha. So this Vichara is the Vichara alone is the means for Jnanam. So Ayamatma Jagat Karana Vishayaha Idrishaha. So this Atma, then Jagat Karana, what is the cause of this world? Who is the cause of this world? All these things are components of this Vichara. So in the next sloka, Naham Bhutagano Deho Naham cha Akshaganas-tatha Etad Vilakshanaha Kaschid Vicharaha Soyam Idrishaha. So here the reply for the first question, that is Koham, who am I? For that reply is coming here. Naham Bhutaganaha. I am not any of the Panchakoshas, that is Panchabhutas. I am not any of the Panchabhutas. Bhuta is Panchabhutas. That is the collection of the Panchabhutas. I am not that. Then Naham cha Akshaganaha tatha. I am not the collection of the sense organs and the motor organs put together. There are 5 sense organs and the 5 motor organs. So all the indriyas put together also also are claimed to be oneself. But then here the reply is, I am not this also. Etad vilakshanaha kaschid vicharaha soyam idrishaha. But then I am distinct from this. That is distinct from the Stula Shariram and distinct from the Sukshma Shariram. I am something distinct from these things. So that is these things are involved in the Vichara. So for this sloka, the Acharya gives quite a detailed explanation. Nanu Chaitanya Vishishta. So he is discussing, he is mentioning or informing us about various schools of thought, which are giving various their own their own thoughts about the maker of the world and about the material with which the world is made. So different schools have different siddhantas. So that is being stated here in this commentary in a very brief manner. So nanu Chaitanya Vishishtaha Kayaha Purushaha iti Barhaspatya Sutrat Dehakarena Parinatani Prithivyadi Sattvari Bhutanyeva Atma iti Charvakaha Vadanti. So there is a school called Charvaka, that is their materialists. So there they don't believe in other lokas and all that. For them, but then they understand or believe that the world is made up of the four elements. They don't include Akasha as an element because for them, whatever is seen or whatever is available for experience through the senses, that alone is real for them. So Akasha is not real for them, so it can't be experienced. So they can't because Akasha doesn't have a form and all that. So it is not an object of our perception. So they exclude that. So they say this body is made up of, or the body is a transformation of the four elements. That is Vayu, Agni, Jalam, and Prithvi. So for that they've got a sutra. They've also got a set of sutras, just like Brahma Sutras are there for Vedanta, and for all the other schools also there is a sutra literature also. Like that, for Charvakas also there is a sutra that is called Lokaitika Sutras or Brihaspati Sutras or Barhaspatya Sutra. For there is one sutra, Chaitanya Vishishtaha Kayaha Purushaha. So Kayaha is body. So this body, which is made up of the four elements, and also it is a combination of the four elements which results in consciousness. So they have got a theory. They say that they give an example also. See, we are all aware of the chewing of betel nuts. So betel nuts, it's actually the chewing of betel nuts consists of 3 or 4 ingredients. One is the betel leaf, and then the betel nut is there, and then there is that lime or chunam is also there. So let us just take just these 3 things. So these 3 do not have the color red by themselves, but then when they combine and they're chewed, then the red color arises out of the combination of these 3. So in the same way, none of these 4 elements is sentient. They are all insentient, no doubt. But then a combination of these 4 elements can result in sentiency. So that's what they say. So Chaitanya Vishishtaha Kayaha Purushaha iti. So a body which is endowed with sentience or which has the attribute of sentience is this person. So the person is body only, but then the body is not an inert, it is endowed with sentience. So that's how they say. Charvakaha Vadanti. Sayeva Karta Sukhi Ityadi Sarva Vyavahara Moolam iti Sarvajana Prasiddhau Satyam Atma Vishayo Vicharo Nasyadityataha Nahamiti. So, but most of the people in the world who are not exposed to Shastra, they also believe in this only. So they believe that they are this body only and not beyond this. And everybody knows also that he is sentient. He is not like a stone. He knows very well that he is not insentient, but he knows that he is only body. So that much only he knows. So that is the large, widely prevalent view. For that, the Vedanta replies that I am not this. So Nahamiti. Sayeva Karta Sukhi. So that person who is endowed with sentience is alone the Karta, Bhokta, etc. And that is what he is. So when that kind of a view comes up, the Vedanta says, no, this Atman or this Purusha of the Vedanta is not this body alone. Sayeva Karta Sukhi. Then Aham Shraddha Pratyaya Alambanaha Pratyagatma Bhutaganaha Yo Dehaha Sa Na Bhavati Tasya Gatadivate Drishyatvad Ityartaha. So why do we say that I am not this body but something else? For that the reason given is Aham Shabda Pratyayalambanaha. So there are 2 things. There is the word or there is a word Aham, and there is an experience or the conviction or the the mental vritti that arises along with this aham. So aham pratyaya alambanaha, that is the pratyekatma. That is, when we say aham, what we actually mean is the atma swarupam only. We may not know that the atma swarupam is beyond the 5 koshas, but then everybody uses the word aham, and everybody has the feeling also of aham. So what is actually meant by that word aham, even though the atma does not have the name or the sound or anything to represent it, but still in the world we use this word aham. Everybody uses this word aham, and then everybody has got also a feeling that I am something. I am an entity. I am different from other people and all that. So that kind of an experience everybody gets. So for that, based on that, the Vedanta says that the Pratyekatma is the one that is a Panchakosha Vilakshana Atma. There is the Atma which is beyond the 5 koshas, is the one which is indicated by the word aham, and that is the one which is indicated by the experience aham. The person may not know that he is this Panchakosha Vilakshana Atma. He might even think that he is the body-mind complex alone, but yet what he actually wants to convey through this word aham and understand through this experience is that he is a distinct entity, distinct from other people also. So this is what it is. But then the Vedanta cashes in on that, and then it says that this aham word and the aham experience, they are actually indicating the atma alone. So bhutaganaha yo dehaha sa na bhavami. So I cannot be the conglomeration of the 4 elements. I can't be that kind of a thing. I am definitely something different from all those things. So that is what the Vedanta gives a reply to the first view that comes from the materialistic viewpoint. Tasya gatadivate drishyatvad. So why do I not agree that I am the body? Because the body is being experienced as an object. It is objectified by the subject. So since just like a pot is objectified, so the object cannot be me. I am the subject. So for me, the body is an object. So I can't be the body. So that is the reasoning given here. Then the next question is, okay, if you are not the body, you can be the group of sense organs and the motor organs put together. Tarhi indriya ganaha tvam syaha iti charvaka ekadeshi matam uttapya dushayati naham iti. So the school of materialists has got some groups within itself. That is, there are some materialists who claim that they are just the body. There are some materialists who go a little beyond the body, and they say that the person or the entity in the world who is calling himself as so and so and who is experiencing the world, sukham, dukkam, and all that, is a group of the sense organs and the motor organs put together. So that is the kind. So the indriya atma. So indriya atma vadinaha. So this is the stula de sharira atma vadinaha and the indriya atma vadinaha. So these people say that the atma is someone who is made up of these 10 organs, indriya ganaha. So it is charvaka ekadeshi matam ustapya dushayati naham cheti. So I am not the akshaganaha. So in the shloka, the word aksha refers to indriyas. So I am akshaganaha is the group of indriyas. So I am not that also. Na punaha akshaganaha shrotradi indriya sanghato api aham na bhavami. So the indriya gana is the shrotradi indriya. That is, shrotra is the ears, then the eyes, the nose, the skin, and the tongue, that is for taste. And this constitutes only the 5 pancha kosha, pancha jnanendriyas, and the 5 karmendriyas also are there. They are also included in this group, and they say that the 10 organs put together is the atma. Tata iti padena dehavat indriya ganasyapi bhuta vikaratvam darshitam. So the word tata in the shloka, naham bhutagano deho naham cha akshaganas tata. So tata means also. So the Charvaka school has got so many branches. So that tata is stated for including the for taking up the other school also, that is the other group, that is the one who claims that he is the conglomerate of the 10 organs. Sava esha purushonnama samayah annavayam hi somya manaha apomayah pranaha tejomayi vak ityadi shruti ubhayatra pramanam. So they, even though they don't believe in the Vedas, just with a view to convince those who debate with them, that is who are Vaidikas, these people say, no, you can't deny our school, because what we say is also stated in your Veda also. So for that, they quote these passages from the Upanishad. Sava esha purushona rasamayaha is a passage from the Taittiriya Upanishad, which describes the Annamaya Kosha. So the Taittiriya Upanishad does not stop with this. It goes beyond this and beyond all the 5 koshas, and then teaches the real Atma. So in order to teach the real Atma, the Upanishad talks about the other koshas also. But then these people say, our school also is spoken of by the Upanishads, so this is pramana for us. So they quote this as pramana. Sava esha purusho narasamaya. Then annamayam hi somya manaha apomayah pranaha tejomayi vak. So this second passage is from the Chandogya Upanishad. There, the Chandogya Upanishad, in order to show that the body-mind complex, even though it is inert, is a product of the elements, and the elements themselves are the product of Brahman. So from Sat Brahman, the elements have come out, and from the elements, the elementals are formed, and from them the body-mind complex and the whole world is formed. So they want to, the Upanishad wants to show the cause-effect relationship, and through that it wants to show that the whole world that we experience, the entire world that we experience, is actually Brahman. By this in this kind of a telescopic cause and effect relationship, it wants to convey to us that the entire world, including this body-mind complex, is Brahman alone, because the body-mind complex and the entire world is made up of the elements, and the elements are sourced, or the elements emanate from the Atman. And so since the cause and the effect are non-different from each other, that is, the effect is non-different from the cause, the world, which is an effect, is also non-different from the cause, that is Brahman. So that's what it wants to teach. But then in that course of teaching, the Upanishad also informs us that the mind stuff, that is the mind, manas, which is an organ in our inner organ, which is distinct from the 10 organs, which is the inner organ, manas, is a product of annam. It is sustained by annam. So this thing, these things it teaches in the course of in gearing up to the Tattvamasi teaching. So annamayam hi somya manaha, that is, the manas is the one, is an organ which is made of annam. Annam is the prithvi tattvam, and the food that we consume is what goes to make the mind and maintain the mind, manas tattvam. Then apomaya pranaha, the prana, that is the vital breath which is inside our body, is made up of water. So water is the one which goes to produce this prana and maintain the prana. And also there is a story also in the, it's not a story, it's an experiment given by the father Udaraka to Shwetaketu. So to teach him that this prana is made up of water, and the manas is made up of annam and all that, he asks his son to fast for 15 days without taking any food. But then he also tells him that you should definitely drink water. If you don't drink water, you will die. That is, the prana will not be sustained if you don't drink water. But then the body can sustain if food is not taken, solid food is not taken. So the annam is, and then finally he is asked to recite what he has learned before. He is not able to say anything because the mind doesn't cooperate with him. He is not able to remember or recollect anything because he has not eaten anything. So this is what the Upanishad tries to convey there. So annamayam hi somya manaha, apomaya pranaha, and tejomayi vak. So vak is a karmendriya, and that is that is a product of tejas, that is fire. So fire is the one which goes to make the organ speech. So, but then fire in this context will be taken as ghee or something, some other food that is going to convert or going to maintain this Vak Shakti. Anyway, so these are things mentioned in the Upanishad. So these people say that no, our school of thought also is getting some support from your Vedantas. So why can't you take that as pramana? So we claim that the body, my body is the Atma, and we also claim that the sense organs put together, sense organs and motor organs put together is the Atma, and the manas also is a component of that. So only these things constitute the Atma, but that we have the pramana in the Upanishads also. Ityadi shruti ubayatra pramanam. Nanu yadi dehadvayam tvam nasi tarhi shunyameva syad ityashankyaha etaditi. So if Vedanta replies that I am not the the gross body, nor am I the subtle body, then there is nothing more left beyond that. So we end up in shunyam, that is in nihilism or no atma at all. So for that, the Upanishad says that etat vilakshanaha kaschid. So I am something distinct from this. It's not that I am nothing. I am distinct from these two. I am not these two, but I am something. But I am something different from these two. So that something is definitely not nothing. So that is what is going to be taught later. So etat vilakshanaha etabhyam stula sukshma dehabhyam viparita dharmako asmi. For that, the Shruti is also quoted here. Astulam ananu ahrasvam ityadi Shrutehe. So Astulam is something which is very, very gross. Atma is not gross. Anu is something which is very, very subtle. Atma is not subtle also. That is relatively subtle also. Then ahrasvam, adirgam and all that. So hrasvam is something which is short. Dirgam is something which is long. So these things like small, big, long, short, gross, subtle, and all that are possible only with respect to the things which are produced from the physical world, that is plus things which are produced from the 5 elements, but then the Atma is distinct from these things. So Atma doesn't have any long or short dimensions and all that. Atma doesn't have any size like Anu and all that. It is not gross. So this Shruti teaches us that Atma is not the Sthula Shariram, nor is it the Sukshma Shariram. Ityadi Shrutehe. Kaschiditi. Jatyadi Rahitatvat Manovacham Agocharatvam Darshitam. So, since this sloka says that I am not the body, and nor am I the sense organs or the subtle body, it is something distinct from them, and it is something distinct which does not undergo any transformations, which the body, the gross body and the subtle body, they both undergo transformations. So this kind of transformation is not there for the Atma. So that's what is being stated by negating the gross body and the subtle body. Jatyadi Rahita. Jati is birth. Adipadena, birth, existence as a being, and then growth, and then decay, and then finally decrepitude, decay, and death. So this Shadbhava Vikara, Asti, Jayate, Asti, Vardate, Viparinmate, Apakshiyate, Nashyati. So these are the 6 transformations which a body undergoes, or anything that is produced normally undergoes. So these things are not there for the Atma. So by denying the gross body and the subtle body, what is indicated here is that which does not undergo this kind of that which does not have this kind of transformations. Ayam idrishaha sa vicharaha iti vyakhyataarthaschaturthaha padaha shloka chatushtayepi bodhavyaha. So he says in the previous shloka, that is the 12th shloka, the last quarter, that is idrishaha ayam vicharaha. So this is the kind of vichara that is involved here. So the questions like who am I, what is this body made up of, and so what is the world made up of, who is the maker of the world, and so many other questions will be there, and the replies also will be given here. So this is the kind of vichara that is to be taken up by the aspirant. So here we will end the session. Shri Harim Paramanandam Upadeshtaram Ishwaram Vyapakam Sarvalokanam Karanam Tam Namamyaham Aparokṣānubhūti Prokṣate Moksha Siddhaye Sadbhireva Prayatnena Vikshaniya Muhurmuhu. Satisprati Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Vidya Vinaya Sampannam Vitaragam Vivekinam Tattvagnam Vidushekara Bharatim Om Tat Sat.